Michelle Valberg still remembers her very first trip to Canada's north. The bold landscape, the warm, welcoming people, changing her life forever.
When the Arctic captured my imagination, it became my mission. It became my desire, my greatest desire, to bring the North to the South and to show the world, and Canadians in particular, how beautiful, how incredible this place is. It wasn't flat, white, and cold. It was so much more. And what stole my heart first were the people, were the Inuit that were living in the remote communities in Canada's Arctic.
Michelle's commitment to that mission hasn't wavered. The award-winning photographer and philanthropist has made a staggering 60 trips to the Arctic, journeys fueled by the joy of giving through Project North.
I saw the love of hockey, and I saw the kids playing on the street, and they were playing street hockey with just the worst kind of equipment imaginable. And this is 15 years ago. This is back in 2008. 2-liter carton of milk was $18. So I knew the opportunity to play was difficult. It wasn't what we had down in the South, and I wanted to make a difference.
Michelle's vision to deliver hockey equipment to kids in Canada's remote northern communities. Helping bring that vision to life, her longtime dear friend, Jeff Turner.
Called me up one day and said, "Turner, I need your help." I said, "What, Michelle?" She said, "Well, I need to raise some money to support a charity I've started." I said, "Okay, perfect, I'm in." Only thing is, I'm not a fan of hockey and I hate the cold. So 15 years later, we just finished doing some incredible things.
Incredible things accomplished by people coming together. Michelle's initiative, inspiring a movement.
Everybody galvanized, everybody wanted to help. And it was their opportunity to make a difference to the lives of Inuit children living in the far regions of Canada's Arctic. So the next time I was going up, I called Adventure Canada, I called Cedar Swan, and I said, "Can we bring up hockey equipment, bring it up on the plane with us and give away when we're visiting these communities as we go through the Northwest Passage?" And she said, yes.
My family's connection to the North has been so deep and for so long that I am always honored when there's an opportunity to serve the people of the North. And Michelle just came forward with so much energy and such a fabulous idea that there was absolutely no way I could say no.
And that yes resulted in 15 years later and having delivered to over 40 communities.
Initially, Project North delivered donations of used equipment, but it wasn't long before Michelle believed she could do better for Canada's young northern hockey players.
It wasn't until I applied to the NHL Goals and Dreams Fund that I realized that I could actually get new equipment. And I was successful. I was given 50 sets. It was Thanksgiving weekend. I remember that. I remember that call from Matthew like it was yesterday. I answered the phone and he said, "Valberg, we got 50 sets for you." And I was like, whoa!
From the beginning, so many stepped up, giving time, ideas, and much-needed funds. Close friends like Leslie Coates and the late, great Dennis Jackson of Scotiabank.
And we told him our story and he right away came up with some money for us, our first corporate gift. And we were inspired by that and the fact that, our story was already resonating with people. It was about kids, it was about the North, it was about need, it was about hockey.
All these incredible supporters came to be, from Scotiabank offering some monetary help with buying the equipment, Adventure Canada, to delivering it, and then First Air, and now Canadian North. Without their collaboration, without them stepping up, there would be no Project North.
And many of Project North's supporters would witness firsthand the impact of their generosity, joining the Project North team to deliver equipment to gratitude-filled hockey players and their families.
I wanted to give them the opportunity to come to the North with us and to experience it themselves. Seeing the smiles and seeing the family, it made all the difference.
You show up and expose them to the equipment, and their eyes just kind of open up and everything else is forgotten, and they were able to just be kids. And that's really the important thing with this entire project over the last 15 years.
I remember a mom at one point coming up with her daughters crying, saying, that if it wasn't for you, my daughter would not be playing hockey. It would never happen. It changes their lives, but it also impacts you personally when you experience something like that.
Over 15 years, Project North has delivered close to $2 million worth of hockey equipment. And along with skates, pants, helmets, and sticks, the team delivered other precious memories to last a lifetime.
Definitely one of the highlights for all of us was when we saw the Stanley Cup get on a plane and fly up to the Arctic into numerous communities.
Not once, but 3 times. On the 3 trips, it was very close to 60,000 kilometers. We traversed, one day we crossed the Arctic Circle 4 times. And we were bringing it to really remote communities. It was on an iceberg for the first time, it was on a dog team for the first time. And that was astounding for people. It was really quite something.
But it wasn't just the Stanley Cup. It was Lanny McDonald and Mark Napier, Marty McSorley and John LeClaire and Natalie Spooner. I mean, these are legends in hockey. The community lined up. They gave us parades, every community that we went into. One of my fondest memories is watching Mark and Lanny on top of a fire truck, driving with the honking and the horns blowing and all the cars in a lineup. They were taking us from the airport to the ice rink that they had built just in front of this massive iceberg. And the kids and Lanny and Mark got on the ice and they played with them. Imagine playing with hockey legends like Lanny McDonald and Mark Napier. And that Lanny, he's not just a great ambassador for hockey, he's a great ambassador for humans. There was not a person that he didn't go up to, that he didn't touch, that he didn't sign a card. He had a conversation with anyone and everyone that he could because he cared. I have this vision of Natalie Spooner on the ice with a little girl, and she was skating her around on a little chair. Watching Natalie up on stage, talking to the kids of the school, talking to anyone as well that she could, especially girls, telling them they belong on the ice too. But those are the people that we were involved with, that we were able to bring up to the Arctic. Stanley Cup aside, it's those people, those ambassadors for hockey that joined us, that made a difference in so many lives in the Arctic.
I'd really like to say thank you to all of the communities that we've had the pleasure of working with over the past almost decade and a half, and it's been a great honor for all of us, and I hope it's been wonderful on your end as well. So thank you, Kianamik and Nakumik.
Recently, Project North visited Iqaluit to complete its last official gift.
You guys are going to make so many people happy.
Yeah.
And we were lucky enough to meet the people, the men that were receiving the equipment on the behalf of their communities.
Thank you for everything.
It was also a chance to honor some of the longtime friendships forged in this spectacular community.
From Matthew and his beautiful drum dancing, and Ayu Peter with her lighting of the kulik and teaching all of us about their culture and their tradition and bringing us in. And that's the one thing that has completely changed my life and has made it so much better. All the amazing people that I've met, all the Inuit that have embraced my world and embraced me.
The work of Project North will now continue through First Assist, an Indigenous-run sports and education charity founded by former NHL player John Chabot.
They've done some unbelievably good work here in the North as far as providing and supporting communities in their sporting endeavors. And I think when you look at the North, that's probably the biggest obstacle, is the fact that the ability to get equipment at any time at a reasonable prices. The prices are exorbitant. I mean, you're looking at triple to quadruple, if not quintuple, the prices they're going to pay down south. And the 15 years of work that Project North has put in is going to benefit us. And I think we're very proud as a charity to be able to continue the work that's been going on here for that period of time.
What a great gift for us, for Project North, for all of us, and for all of our donors and all of our sponsors, is that they're coaching the coaches, they're coaching the kids, they're teaching them how to play. To know that there's a legacy left with First Assist, I have goosebumps and tears in my eyes.
After 15 years, those at the heart of Project North reflect on everything their initiative has given others and the priceless gift it's given them.
Gratitude is the first thing I would think of. To Michelle for asking me to help and being able to do it, and for that length of time. And to see the sights I have and meet the people I have and witness what I've been able to accomplish, what we've done, and especially the bright smiles in the faces on the kids. It's been huge.
For Michelle Valberg's tireless work with Project North, her breathtaking photographic vision, her dedication to making a positive impact, the Nikon ambassador, Canadian Geographic photographer in residence, and philanthropist, was appointed to the Order of Canada, receiving her insignia from Governor General Mary Simon.
I think that what we did as a small, mighty team has resulted in a lot. And I think it's a lesson that you don't have to be big. You don't have to have this massive team. You just have to have a vision. You have to have an idea. You have to create the opportunity and bring people in to help you. Anything is possible.